they have a great fighter in the F/A-18. If they want to get a better fighter, they can go out and get it. But why the F-35A? Why the F-35? It sucks as a fighter. Please, Finland, do your research. It breaks all the time. It doesn't work. It's been oversold. Thank you for supporting the American military-industrial complex. We enjoy the billions of dollars you'll be sending us, but we're giving you a piece of garbage airplane that you'll be lucky to get 60% operational rates in peacetime, and in combat it breaks instantly. Plus, you shoot it down because it's not as stealthy as everybody thinks it is. But what's more important about that aircraft is that it is nuclear capable. That means that it's designed to be able to deliver nuclear weapons. And NATO just did a posture review where it talks about taking US B-61 nuclear bombs, which are currently stationed in Europe, and making them available to non-nuclear nations. And they're expanding this now to any nation that has the F-35A. Poland, for instance, will now become a nation that is capable of delivering American-made B-61 nuclear bombs. Wow. And Finland, when you bring in your F-35A, trust me, the first thing that NATO is going to say is you need to start cross-training your pilots to deliver nuclear weapons. Is this really the direction Finland wants to go? Because you have to understand, Finland, when you join NATO, you give up a whole bunch of sovereignty because now you're part of an alliance that's going to start dictating things to you, saying you have to do this. If you want our support, you have to do this. Right now, Russia has declared the Baltics to be a nuclear-free zone. They've respected this. Finland joins NATO and survives because, look, it's not a guarantee Russia's going to go to war against Finland. Russia's got a lot of problems of its own right now. Economic sanctions are hurting its economy. It's bitten off a lot in Ukraine. It's got to digest that first before it swallows Finland. So maybe they'll just seek to militarize for the moment. But part of that militarization will be the deployment of tactical nuclear weapons throughout the area. And every Finnish city will now be targeted with a nuclear weapon or 2 or 3 or 4 or a dozen. Okay, so Finland, you do now know that if there is a war with Russia that begins, for instance, in Moldova, are the Finns ready to die for Transnistria? And this is a question I want to ask the average Finn. I'd love to walk in Helsinki. You ready to die for Transnistria? Because you're going to. You're going to die because when that goes to war and then the Romanians attack and then the Russians counterattack, the Americans send in a brigade, it gets annihilated. So the Americans use a tactical nuke. Boom, 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 boom. It's all over. Helsinki disappears in a cloud of radioactive dust. That quick. 200,000 degrees suntan. I know you guys like your sun, but you're going to get a big tan. You're going to burn to death. You're going to fry because the Russians are going to nuke you automatically. It doesn't matter anymore that, you're Finland and you're not that, you have nothing to do with Moldova. You're part of NATO. Therefore, you're now part of the target package, man. And when the Russians start pushing the buttons, target package is all inclusive. It doesn't prejudice against anybody. So every Finn will die. Every Finn will die. That's your future. There's no other future. It doesn't get better than this. It only gets worse. Joining NATO is a suicide pill. Either short term with a mercifully bloody Russian invasion, but at least Helsinki still survives. Finns still live, or long term with thermonuclear holocaust that kills everybody. That's Finland's future. Literally, that's your future. There is no other outcome. NATO is not going to prevail. NATO is collapsing. And the best that Finland can hope for is to remain neutral, stay above the fray.